I'd like to congratulate everyone on the first bumper that was actually properly run
Hey!
here in Elimination Mode 2.0. Everyone give
Oh,
yourself
my
a pat on
God.
the back and a round of applause. Well done.
Nice.
We
Well
got it,
done.
guys.
Game number 2, Liquid versus Kaipi. We've got 79 heroes now remaining. You see your community bands up top. Master Buka making it easy for us. Darkseer Undying banned out here by Liquid.
You know what?
Kaipi
Something
taking
I
out Oracle.
noticed.
What's
is
up?
In the past, when we did captain's draft, something that teams would sometimes gravitate towards when there's not a lot of selection is for like a push strat, and we haven't really seen that yet. Maybe because we haven't gotten to a game 3 or something like that. But heroes like Lycan, I mean, I guess Juggernaut was already banned, but I want to see a push strat.
That's a
Okay.
first pick Dazzle, guys. Is that a thing?
That's normal. That's meta.
That's normal?
I mean, well, remember, Axe is out, so that's one of your big deterrents. Skywrath is out. Silence very good against Dazzle. You've already got a couple heroes that Dazzle really hates playing against, not available here.
What a powerful hero. His 2 counters are gone. This is our chance to secure the Dazzle.
Come on, Dazzle, you can do it.
All right.
I believe.
Do you believe in that, Motpax?
Yeah, man. It's Liquid. Maybe we get him a Tumberman Lycan.
Oh,
Lycan
boy.
Dazzle.
Well, the
A++
Prophet Grant
combo.
did predict a Lycan pick yesterday.
My God. Grantavius. He looked
I
in his
predict
crystal ball.
Centaur
Wow.
for
Impressive.
one of these 2 teams.
I don't even think that's going to happen.
How
It
about
happened
a
yesterday, Slacks. How dare you?
Bone 7 Night Stalker pick? Like he loves
it?
drafting that hero.
No, it didn't happen yesterday. There's no
Whoa.
Centaur.
Was there a Centaur
No,
yesterday?
you fucking idiot.
I don't think so.
In the first series.
No.
No, I really think there wasn't. There was not. I'm getting confirmation from our stats panel. There were no War
They
Chiefs
bought
yesterday.
E-Blade, and we talked about it.
Yeah, you talked about it.
You
somehow.
talked about it. You dreamt about
No,
it.
you
You wanked
just
to it,
talked
but we
about
did
it.
not
You
see it.
said-
All right, somebody needs to verify. I'm going to look at the games, dude.
All right, you look
Did
it
I
up.
just literally
Look it
have
up.
like a wet
Prove us
dream
wrong,
about
Suns
Centaur or
fans.
something? So confused.
I remember talking about it, Shannon. Like, because
Yeah,
you were
you-
like, "Hey, you remember E-Blade Centaur? This is how we should
Why
do."
would I?
We
Yeah,
talked
why
about
would I
it.
bring that up if it wasn't?
Because
in the
you're
game?
actually obsessed. It's clear.
That's possible.
You have a problem. All right. Anyway, Tide Hunter going to be brought in with the Crystal Maiden. Another early game one. Now, that's a first pick I like, You say, okay, we're going to have a lot of magic on this team. We're going to need a lot of mana. I understand that.
I just want to interrupt and say I confirm that there was no Centaur played yesterday.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
why
for
was I
confirming
talking
that.
Thank you.
about it?
Okay.
We were
Let's
all
pick
really
Centaur,
on the
guys. Let's bring him back.
edge of our seat. Well, Tide Hunter, he seems to be a popular second game kind of guy. We've seen him in this situation a fair bit, but all right,
Oh.
Legion
Oh,
Commander.
there it is. The Mind
that's-
Control Legion again.
That's a deny pick as well.
Is
Because
it?
Bone 7 looking for every opportunity to pick that hero.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
always he went.
Classic.
He was the first time I ever saw an Ags picked up by Legion. That was the old Ags where it never stopped. I think.
Those were
right?
good times. I don't know why they took that out. That shit was great.
The Legion Commander Bane combo, right?
One of the
the
greatest
endless
combos.
The endless duel. I love
Fully
that shit.
disable someone.
That's not a metaphor
There's,
for Dota. Isn't Dota an endless duel between us and our who we want to be?
It's
Yes.
just too deep for me.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be like against like the self-loathing that's required to play this game.
No,
Right.
it's actually true. It takes a special kind of crazy to have a feeder in your first game and go, all right, but we're doing it again. This time we're going to get it. All right, 5 games later. This is the one. We're bringing it back. All right.
All right, so we got no Ursa, no Sven. A lot of physical damage heroes coming out here.
Still
Oh.
TB with the Dazzle is a big one.
Oh, Trent, you're thinking.
Here we go. And
Yeah,
no
see.
Luna.
Luna. Hey,
Tired of
what's
those aggro
Gyrocopter going to
tries.
get picked, guys?
He's bottom 5. Probably.
Alliance isn't playing, so
He'll be played in the finals.
Now,
best of
may I
5.
remind you the Dazzle Huskar combo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Still in.
That's true. That's true.
Oracle's been banned, so that might be a slight deterrent, but it's still
Rupture?
Dazzle Husk with no axe to counter.
Kaipi's gonna have to really think this one out.
But they still got, Ancient Apparition, some other options.
They're gonna. They
Hey.
think the
Oh,
ag still
yes.
exists. They're going for
endless duel.
I wish it was the old Ags now. Oh my god. You know that they would pick up Ags just for that. The
course.
memes.
Probably.
them sick Maymays. It's still pretty good though with Bane and Legion though, isn't it? You still put everybody to sleep.
Yeah, just
it's
like
it's
stops
a
the
save
damage
of
happening.
sorts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right though. I think Huskar is going to be picked here.
Whoa now. That's
think
a
you're right,
bit of a
bro.
stretch. A Dazzle Huskar. No one's ever seen that combo before.
I think you're
Could,
right.
could someone
Flax. You
like
got
go
this.
over how that works?
That's
Hey!
a
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See? Told you.
I like that, baby. Support.
The question
Fuka?
is this support? I'm guessing.
I would think so.
Yeah, but who plays it? We don't even know who plays support on this team.
That's true.
This is cool though. Like now
I
you've
can
got
see Kuro
the,
playing this.
the big boy Pudge. You've got some press the attack to heal him up. You know, he eats people, he's healing. Then you got shallow graves and
Yeah.
weaves, and there's a little nice synergy here. But Razor, the whips.
I more think Pudge is probably a response to the Bane. I mean, it's so easy to do anything when somebody's nightmared out. The saves will be easy.
And
kills.
CM, dude.
Yeah.
CM's like garbage against Pudge.
Oh, yeah. So easy, dude. Anyway. So
Nice Razor grab. Because they can. It doesn't have to be the mid Razor. Could just be like safe lane up against an off lane Legion. Help zone her out.
Yeah.
Not that she'll be super upset though, because obviously she jungles decently.
It's still good mid game though. Drain damage from the LC when she's dueling. You know, you drain damage from Pudge. He's pretty low armor. Hit him with some physical. He ain't so happy.
Weaver.
And the nightmare set up
Oh.
into static link too.
Hell yeah, bro.
Isn't Weaver going to have a hellish game? They got a lot of really great stuns. Like, you know, Crystal Maiden stuns great. Bane's got the ultimate grab. He's going to be effed up.
Yeah, but again, they've got some nice saves there with Dazzle and Legion Commander, and I think he wants to be the elusive distraction. They have like high cooldown stuns. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
Fiend's
you're
Grip,
right, you're
you know,
right.
he'll get Lincoln, so that's tough. You've got Ravage. You're not using that just for a Weaver, and then it's just
The
Frostbite.
Legion, too, is just, you're right.
Yeah,
That,
cleansing.
whew, that's going to cleanse off everything. This is going to be a good Weaver game. I changed my mind completely. What a great Weaver game. Thanks. Thank you, Purge.
So they just need a core silencer for Kaipi then. Save it.
Yeah.
There you
is
go.
Is that it?
That's the
That's the
play.
play? All
We
right.
got it, guys.
Here
we
we
did
go.
it.
Be pretty sick. Zyori, any ideas for the bands? You've been nailing
see here.
this pick screen.
Yes.
lately. Okay. Quap.
Quap banned out.
Queen of Pain.
I don't know. They need big boy carry here. Ban the sniper.
Could happen.
I think
Is
they
it
need
gonna
some
be
stuns, though.
is it gonna be Weaver mid versus Razor? That's a decent matchup, right?
Someone's been watching Rezo. I don't know. Apparently, from what I heard, lots of mid Weaver apparently is the new thing.
Really?
The hot new thing.
Oh man.
Sounds okay.
It's
I mean, it gets
Weaver.
away from static link. I was thinking Sniper versus Razor, but I think don't really want
I
Weaver
would-
and Sniper. on the
I
same
would
team.
ban like CK right now. I think a really scary pushing hero might be hard to deal with for Liquid. Okay, they take PA out.
Okay. Scary thing
Okay. Okay.
Also scary.
though.
Dude, CK is one of the heroes in this mode that you
Yeah.
can't sleep on because he'll just come out of nowhere in a game 3 and you're like, well, shit, what do we do about that now?
I guess we try to get past the 20-minute mark and then we win. Good for us.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
surprised nobody's been brooded yet.
Yeah,
We
that
talked about
too.
this yesterday.
I don't know. I was talking with some people about that last week, and I feel like literally everyone in Dota kind of knows Brood's number. She needs some kind of fundamental change to be crazy again.
You're kind of right. We've seen a lot of games where, like, even if when Brood gets like a good start, she still feels kind of manageable mid game. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to actually win it unless you just play her game.
That what was it? The beat at best of 5 final, the Brood game that looked all but over, and then it was just like, oh, now you're still playing Brood after you've won the first like 20 minutes, and it didn't turn out too well for the old NP.
Oh,
Vroom!
it's Mario! It's the old Zeus.
Nice.
You guys get to see him in
Oh,
action.
shit!
Hey, it's Mario.
Mario! He's back.
Man, someone needs to pick Wraith King. I'm gonna like lose my shit if it's Skeleton King that shows up.
Oh, man, that would be great.
That would be sick. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the old skeleton.
Oh.
Hey!
Hey, whoa,
yeah,
Meepo.
boy.
My.
That's
That's
about
a good
to be a
fifth
game,
pick in this
boys.
mode.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this just made things a little more interesting.
I mean, it's gonna either be really good for Kaipi or really horrible.
Absolutely.
That's
A
Meepo
bold
games in a
statement,
nutshell.
I mean,
fan.
no, he's completely
Well
right,
said.
dude. They got a Legion, they got a Pudge, they got so many ways to destroy a Meepo just utterly. So
Yeah.
It's like a good
I feel
game,
like
baby.
That's
I can't
Meepo
wait.
games in general, though, right? Like, either he just destroys or he just feeds horribly. There's no in between.
I mean,
Watch this be an in between, but there's no in between.
the Earthbind is quite good against Weaver, though. That kind
Weaver.
of helps the Weaver problem. It's good against Zeus. It's not too bad against Pudge. Not great, but you know, I feel like Meepo Pudge, he eats him. It goes both ways. It's kind of initiation. If Pudge eats
Oh,
him, it's
you-
not so good, but
You can't really eat him though. You're just gonna get netted by one of the other Meepos.
yeah, I
right?
guess that's true.
Yes.
Okay, no, maybe Meepo's good.
I like
Yeah.
Weaver on this one.
The stuns are gonna be kind of scary, I think, for Liquid, because there's like Crystal Maiden, and then the Bane too. So already like some pretty hefty channels. Then you have a Razor who's like running through your whole team, and then you're also trying to like stun lock and kill a Meepo. That's
I mean,
quite
they
the
don't,
task.
Liquid doesn't really have great AoE. The only thing is like Weave against Meepo. It's really good, but their only physical damage is pretty much Weaver.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
LC to some
Weaver and
degree.
Legion just need to be like on the same target. Make sure
Yeah.
they're synced on the Meepo.
Let's hope they speak English together.
Yes.
Communication's the key.
Excellent idea.
Communication, boys.
I think the biggest problem for Liquid is lack of reliable lockdown. You got Pudge ult and Legion Commander ult, and that's it.
Hey, man, that's all you need when you
You've
got Weaver.
No stuns.
Time for some full duration Crystal Maiden ults.
Woo!
Yeah.
Beans grips.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on.
Dazzle's going to be leveling up Poison Touch this game.
They
I
got
mean,
some
we're at that.
interrupts. They got Zeus's thunder, you know. He can interrupt.
Decent cooldown.
Zeus,
Yeah.
What happened?
Zeus does have Thunder Slash.
Yes.
That is true. You're frozen?
No, you're fine.
No, the lobby did fail to load, actually. We're back.
Larry,
We're
we
back
got
in the
more
lobby.
time to
Yes.
We
talk
have a
about
moment.
it. Here's a fun
Indeed.
fact. Did you know that Zeus has lightning and Disruptor has thunder? Isn't that neat?
What's the
Neat.
difference between lightning and thunder?
I don't know, but they
Isn't
cannot
one
mix.
a noise and one a...
One is the
visual
noise and
phenomena?
one is the actual thing, I believe. Isn't that an interesting fact?
Wow.
Isn't what's his face Disruptor related to Axe?
He
or
is.
something like
They're
that?
they're part of the... Oh, is it the...
Oglogi. And you know who
Oglogi,
else
yeah.
is related to Axe
Uh-huh.
that most people don't know?
Warlock.
Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer and Warlock.
Really?
They're both
Yes,
Oglogies.
yes, they are.
What happened
Okay,
to
are
Lifestealer?
PL and Bounty Hunter related? Because they look kind of...
No!
To me, they look like cat
Shut up!
people.
It's
Hey,
not.
Are they?
Slax, what's the Pit Lord lore? What's the Underlord have?
It's the worst. They
Could you hit us with
gave
it?
up a long time ago. They just stopped caring.
Is it worse than
Pit
Warframe?
Lord's lore is there was once a demon underground who wanted to go up with an army. Then he did. That was the lore.
No wonder I
Oh, that
love the
makes
hero
sense.
so much.
It was a great job. They're like, shit, we're releasing this hero in 10 minutes. Come up with a lore. Under. He's a lord from the under. Great job, Tim. Launch it. We're good.
Probably Phenol.
And there goes your Boston Major invite.
See ya. I will
I'm
die
way
for the
past
lore
that.
any day.
I will die for the lore. Okay, I don't even want to know what Arc Warden's lore is now.
Do you want to know my theory of the third ancient?
Please, Slash, hit us with the
Another
theory.
time.
Okay,
Another time.
yeah, maybe,
All right.
maybe after
We only
the
have
break.
1 minute, and it's a 20-minute conversation. All right.
Okay, well, so here we go. We are officially loading into game number 2 here, folks. Team Liquid versus Kaipi. We've got our casters Purge and Annie to take it away.
Hi guys, it's Android here, and I'm so excited for game number 2 of Liquid versus Kaipi. We have got crazy drafts, and they're only going to get crazier as the day goes on here. So I'm looking forward to some hardcore analysis. Purge, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm excited for the play-by-play as well. This game's gonna be freaking crazy. Tons of weird heroes on both sides, and interested to see how they all fit together in terms of the context of a team fight.
All right, who's your favorite?
That's a harder question. I think I like Liquid's draft. It's more fun because they have 3 heroes that we almost never see in terms of Legion, Pudge, Zeus. Maybe that's not really true for Pudge Legion lately, but Kaipi's got Meepo as well on top of that, and they also do have some damage problems, I suppose. And there should be some cool rotations. I want to see how CM and Bane control the early game. That's what I'm excited to see from Kaipi's side.
Yeah, definitely eager to see who's going where and what rotations come in. Now, this is not the first time today I've seen a Meepo. I was casting earlier today with Mop Pack, some C Kappa, really exciting tournament going on. But there was a pretty awesome Meepo. Kind of got crushed in the early game, but got some space and then just triumphantly poofed on everyone and just basically crapped on the other team until they won.
Okay. I mean, that could still happen here. 3-3's playing it. Normally they're offlane player, but extremely talented player. I believe he was even playing Meepo when Sing Sing used to be on the team as well, so... Am I allowed to say that, or I just make too many people sad?
It's alright, man. Let's all just press F.
I broke it. I'm sorry,
all good.
guys. You didn't mean to make you cry.
No.
It should be pretty strong in this game, though. They just need to make sure that the Meepos get defended, whichever one gets dueled. Bane's a good solution against that because he can just Nightmare either the Legion or the Meepo, and then they should take turns being invulnerable. So I feel like there's some decent solutions there, but if it's something like Meepo gets hooked far away from his team, then shit kind of hits the fan, and Meepo's probably going to die. So Legion, Pudge are really the two scary ones. Meepo's decent against Zeus just because the hero naturally has really high magic resistance. And we'll see how the rest of the heroes do. Is it Carry? Who's farming? Oh, it's a Miracle on Weaver. Okay.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting
Pretty
here.
good.
So,
Yeah, I'll see how the Weaver matches up. Like they said during the draft, Lincolns will be great on him to stop things like Fiend's Grip, and obviously they also have Legion Commander to be able to remove debuffs. So I think they're fairly covered on the Weaver side. If you go something like Deso into a lot of damage items, then he's going to be really effective versus Meepo. Maybe one of the more the less expected counters to the hero.
Alright, so we are underway here. Bounty Runes go for a 1-1 split. I want to see how this Pudge plays out. Definitely not the most typical pick we see. Kuroki going to be trying to make some rotations with that. How is that going to really have an impact, and how is that going to be played?
Yeah, just zone Tide if you can. It won't be super easy though, since Tide has much higher base armor, so Crow will have to do his best, especially with the Weaver, to try to kill Tide. That's pretty much all they can do. Yeah, I just feel like Tide should be hitting this here. Yeah, there we go. There's no way Crow wins this trade, so at the least they're trading regen, which isn't the worst thing, but the longer that he keeps Tide low level, the better.
Just fat boys dueling it out right there. I mean, Tidehunter started with 8 Tango, so he can do this all day. The problem is in the backlines, Miracle is farming, and there's really not much Tide's going to be able to do about that.
That's okay though, because every typical offlane is focused on just getting as much experience as possible. So if Miracle is playing this well, he should get every single last hit, and he should be able to get most of the denies as well. Crow's also got a boots advantage, so there's a chance that Bone 7 would get outlaned here, just in the sense that once Miracle hits like level 2 and gets something like his bugs or gets Geminate, they should be able to get a kill. On the other lanes though, Zeus is currently at level 2, Meepo picking up 2 as well. Zeus just going to farm towards his bottle. There's basically no threat that he dies here before level 3, level 4. And in the safe lane for Liquid, they've gotten the fast level 2 on Crystal Maiden, which is great. Lots of mana for everybody on the team, and now they're dueling against... They've been dueling this whole time, actually, against the Razor. So Razor's currently at 6 last hits versus the 5 of Legion. So it's going pretty okay for both teams in the safe lane.
Ooh, Crystal Maiden goes in for a solo smoke, picks that right up off the courier, and looks like she wants to head towards that mid lane, has the sentry ward if necessary. Is this a potential kill? They've got meeps
Absolutely.
up.
Like, they've got 2 Meepos. It's something they can kill, especially if she frostbites for the setup here.
Oh,
she's
she's
chasing.
going. She gets the frostbite off. Is 3-3 going to get there in time? The net does connect, and they've got poops if they need it, and they're just going to keep him locked down. So it looks like first blood will spill in the mid lane. Goes the way of the little Meepo. Now Mind Control's here, and he's angry, trying to get the block up, but only able to smack that Crystal Maiden once before running back in towards the bot.
That's a great rotation, and that's what you should do with Crystal Maiden. The hero is very able to be active early. You just need smokes usually to approach those ganks. And that's all it took. 1 frostbite. Meepo has 2 nets. That's 4 seconds to disable. And the hero's pretty low base armor. Gets killed. And that's what he gets for basically buying no regen items. Just great rotation and another level for CM.
Alright, so things are going pretty alright. Kaipi's starting out. Last hits going definitely in Weaver's favor. He's feeling super comfortable. What can be done about the Weaver? Do you want to rotate early against that, or just let Tidehunter do his thing and scale up? And
an eventual gank would be great. Obviously, Bane is very solid against it once he hits 6, but that's going to be delayed. They can use things like Frostbite pre-6, but they don't have very good Weaver solutions, at least until like Ravage into nukes or Fiend's Grip or Chain Meepo nets while preventing the Weaver from using time lapse. So honestly, he looks pretty fine this game. I really feel like he can do almost anything he wants in terms of early game build. Just early Deso most likely though. I think an occasional rotation is important just because he has to make sure that he can actually cover Zeus, for example, if he gets ganked. He would be the best hero for that, other than maybe the Legion.
alright, so everything's just kind of passive now. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of aggression until maybe the mid lane. Crystal Maiden once again just sitting back waiting for an opportunity to go in Frostbite, because even level 1, that's just super impactful. Zeus has 760 HP total with 2 armor, so he's not going to be living a whole lot of time.
And it's a lot of magic nuke as well. With 2 skill points, 250 magic damage. That's really good for a typical hero. CM's strength is really level 2, level 3 compared to most supports. And the extra mana is going to help as well. She can also stack camps in the meantime. So that's basically what she's doing. Sit behind mid, see if there's an opportunity, take a kill if you can, and if not, stack a camp. That'll make Meepo farm faster. And the other cool part is that this Arcane Aura is going to apply to like 8 to 10 heroes this game because there's extra Meepos. So another really, maybe possibly undervalued aspect of CM.
Yeah, man, infinity poofs. And speaking of CM, just going in, I like this ward here. Unfortunately, not in time to see the courier going back, so they can't go for that snipe. But you've now got one of the meeps just crawling around and stealing some experience. They are going to go try to wrap around here. He's double damaged. They might be able to get something done. There is going to be the net connecting. There's the poof. There's going to be a TP in from the Dazzle. Doesn't have enough mana for that shallow grave, and it's not going to even help now. Pudge comes in, gets the Crystal Maiden as a trade. Can Kuroki body block or anything? And looks like you don't want to stand up against the damage of the Meepo, so just going to be a 1-for-1 trade favoring Kaipi.
Yeah, every kill that Pudge gets is huge, just since it'll translate to strength later. They're a bit low on mana here. On the bright side, Mutombo will get some levels, and that's pretty needed on Dazzle in most cases, especially because he was off lane.
Top lane, with Pudge being gone, there actually was a bit of a showdown. Weaver and Tidehunter both get a little bit low. No kills, but now Bone 7 does feel a little bit safe for harassing Miracle, knowing exactly where the Pudge is at.
He's got Aquila picked up now, which is a huge laning advantage, just because it increases your damage by 19, and you double hit enemies with a Gemini. He's really low, though.
Yeah, there we go. There's the salve popped out.
He should be fine, though. All it takes is one support rotating top, and I think he gets killed, though. Matoma's even got Poison Touch, so this could definitely be a Bone 7 kill. Especially with missing Anchor like that. He's low in mana. Yeah, he can do this. He just swarms here.
Yeah, he's so close to Ravage, too. He's level 5. Just needs a little more time. He's going to go try to TP out. Do they have anything
Great
to
TP.
cancel it? Oh, no. It's just going to be a TP out. Nice reaction there from Bone 7. Doesn't get spooked. Just keeps calm, cool, collected.
And instantly TPs is the important thing.
Yeah.
Liquid even approached that in a smart way. They tried to maximize the damage with the Shadow Word. The only thing that maybe would have made that work better is if Weaver applied Swarm early and then was able to still bait Tide into the creep wave. The Shadow Wave bomb actually just didn't do as much damage as they expected, I think. So great TP from him, no deaths there, and the rotations are a bit failed. But again, when Man's getting levels, that's really what he needs. Zeus is still farming quite well mid. Throws his ulti down. He was a little worried about where Kaipi was as a team. They've been missing for a bit here since they just pushed out the lanes. So that would have been a really likely time for them actually to grab 2 heroes, 3 heroes, maybe to rotate to mid lane to gank Zeus, or maybe kill him as he went for bot rune.
Alright, so things are calming down a little bit. Definitely not the bloodbath we were seeing in Game 1 with all-out tri-lanes just massacring rookies and whatnot. But who does this passive early game favor?
I think it's decent for both teams, really. Just kind of depends what they want to do. Getting Legion 6 is really important, obviously. Getting Pudge some levels, getting Meepo levels, everything's quite significant. It's just Liquid doesn't have extremely good roam potential. It's pretty much just down to Pudge and nobody else, really. Dazzle's not a good roam hero. He's more of a lane hero. I think Kaipi as a whole is just happy because Tide's getting so many levels. He's doing this without getting Iron Talon as well. So I think both teams are content in most ways.
Do you think
Also-
Tide's eventually going to go back for the Talon, or is it just kind of he's committed to lane,
Oh,
he's
absolutely
doing
not.
it?
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah, once you get past the first couple levels, there's no reason to get Iron Talon. I mean, it's nice to accelerate you, but now that he's level 6 at 7 minutes, he's doing more than fine. It'd be a mistake to go back for it, as much as the 2 armors kind of. Can they land the hook here?
Oh,
Ooh, very close.
nice little
Great
juke there.
observer word.
Yeah, Bone 7's reaction time has been phenomenal this game. The early TP, just knowing when he can harass. Now, down bottom, Mind Control is going to go ahead, get zapped by the Razor a little bit. And this is just Kaipi pushing in. Not a whole lot Legion can do, but she can definitely take some time to sit back. She's got her Talon, so not going to be an issue to get that makeup farm. Unless, oh god, Bane going in with the Brain Sap. Got the wraparound on him. So Legion Commander's going to be going down along with the Tier 1 tower.
It's pretty unexpected Mind Control mistake. Just really straightforward wraparound with Come With Me there, and a little too much nuke damage, so that's a big kill. They got the tower and the Mind Control kill. Instead, he could have just jungled and guaranteed a faster 6, and then grabbed a smoke, maybe done a duel somewhere. Pretty rough for them. Crow trying to get a kill here, but his team's coming.
Oh, they're going
they
in. Hook off
missed.
the mark. There is a Ravage if necessary. Do they really want to go in for this? It looks like with the Swarm dropped out, Radiant, they just want to bail. Bone 7 wrapping around. There is going to be that Zeus ult coming in. Oh, the buggy gets Crystal Maiden, and now Bone 7 getting body blocked in again.
Rock.
Ravage is there, and it's going to be a panic Ravage. He's just trying to get back to the low ground. No
Wow.
one is there to help him out. He's dealing with 4 dire heroes and does manage to slip away. It costs him a big ult, though.
I thought for sure he'd land that hook. He was in a little gap, but got there just in time. Crow misses 2 hooks in a row. Very unexpected, but genuinely, those were some very perfect timings on his sidestepping, both for CM as well. Both of those should have been hooks. Those kills should have been easier, but at least they got the Ravage out of it. It's still really worth it for Liquid.
So Kaipi, they're getting their ultimate slowly but surely. This Bane ulti I'm excited for. I think just having that long duration hold in place is going to be a lot of fun. So, but Kaipi just farming up their Meepo here, 3-3, getting a good amount done. He's sitting on half an Ags right now, already has his treads. Are we just going to see the classic, go into the boots of travel, get the Ags, and have fun blinking around?
Yeah, most likely. They'll cut through the trees here. Do they spawn?
Oh, can he poof in time there? He's going to go ahead. Ends up netting the Pudge, but there's a duel, so not only is Meepo in a heck of a lot of trouble, they're starting to feed that Legion. Razor in a little bit of trouble as well. They might be able to get this kill on the Pudge, but that's a small consolation prize for a lost duel and a dead Meepo.
Yeah, that was a really good rotation by them. Good for them to smoke as well. It's easier to find the Meepo at each camp. Did he buy out as well? He did actually buy out before he died, I think. So don't think he lost gold, but being dead is a huge thing for Meepo just because the hero farms so fast, especially with the skill build he went. He went lots of Geo Strike, so more auto attacks against neutrals. Just he's clearly super far ahead of net worth, and every kill like that is instrumental to a potential Liquid victory.
Alright, so top lane, little dodge there. Bane was thinking about channeling up that ult onto Miracle. Now, our little Bane ult wouldn't be enough to take out the Weaver completely, but punishing him while he doesn't have that Lincoln in this early vulnerability window is pretty necessary. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more rotations, because aside from the Meepo, Weaver's really bringing up the last hit chart, bringing up the net worth chart, and gonna have that Lincoln's up shortly.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to be able to get a Weaver kill, but it's very difficult. This Invis on CM could open it up, but they need more damage than just these two, I think. Well, actually, they could do... Well, it ran out here. I don't know if that was a smoke or not. Maybe I was missing, but Freezing Field with Grip could do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little hard because as soon as the Grip runs out, he's got a 17 charge wand and a time lapse. So he's got a lot of solutions to getting out of this.
Yeah, you could definitely just time lapse and turn and get both supports if necessary, and especially with Kuroki hanging around, he's looking for a hook, and this time there's not going to be that Radiant Ward provision, but all the Radiant heroes, they get keen of that, just kind of clear out. Meanwhile, Bone7 getting some good farm and XP mid. Meepo still farming. Razor getting a lot done bottom. We haven't really talked about this Razor, but he's gone for the first item Dragonlance. So fantastic stats, great range, and what's he going to be building next up?
The typical build lately has been something like... Well, he's going to go the 4-staff item because he's already got Ring of Regen, Bandit Velvet Skin, I think. Actually, I don't know what the band. It's going to be Yasha plus... Oh, there's a kill top. Great hook by Kuro. Super good kill.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be... probably Yasha, probably SNY most likely, maybe a mech afterwards is a possibility, or the Force item. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Force plus Yasha most likely. So just standard like movement speed, basic stat things to be tanky. He needs to get to a position where he can have range advantage, and ideally just not die rapidly to burst. Razor is quite good against Zeus though, because of unstable current. I think Matumba's gonna die here. He can TP, I guess.
Yeah, he's got the Grave TP if necessary, and it looks like he's just going to go bail into the woods. Meanwhile, Meepo's going to go through. We'll get the kill in the Legion, so a little bit of revenge for that duel earlier, but, I mean, Dazzle just going to literally stroll away from all that blood. Now, top lane, you've got the two supports sticking together on the side of the Radiant. The hook comes in, does connect onto the Bane. They get the dismember as well. Crystal Maiden's coming in. There will be a rotation from the Tidehunter, but I don't think they can really go through and make this a phenomenal, huge team fight. Just going to be going in. Can they even kill Kuroki here? Freezing Field drops the Ravage to secure the kill onto the support Pudge. Necessary or no?
I don't know. That was a Fiend's Grip and a Ravage for a, like you said, support Pudge. 3-3 is almost dead mid, very close. I think the one here that's having a really rough time in Liquid is definitely Mind Control, though. Hasn't been able to get a second duel after that first one on Meepo. He's very far away from Blink Dagger. Oh, great silence on Dazzle. Oh, never mind, Mind Control. That's a good skill. Press the attacks, basically like playing a Batten, but not playing a Batten.
So it's going all right for the Legion. Like you mentioned, her farm's slow. She needs the duel. What does Liquid have to do to assure those duels for her? Do they need to get, Pudge rotating with her? Do they need to have
That would help,
Weaver
yeah.
there to dish the damage?
If they can hook into a Dismember, it should guarantee a duel. Smoke ganks are really effective as well, but gap closing against Meepo can be tough because the hero's pretty fast. It's a little tough. Same with Razor as well. I mean, at least they don't have to worry about a Ravage right now, but it's not like Liquid is going to take massive fights anyways. The hero they should really be worried about is just Meepo. He does so much damage. He's about to finish his Dragonlance, so he's transitioning well.
And he's already got little 4 Meeps ready to go, and he's not even reached maximum potential at all. We're 14 minutes in, and Meepo's 3-1-1, and that's kind of dangerous territory. You got to keep him locked down, but he's just so hard to get a hold of. And Liquid, aside from dual Dismember, they're really lacking a lot of hard stun.
Yeah, they definitely are. But they've got really good damage as a whole, just with Zeus, Weaver. The disables they do have, I think, should be enough to solve a lot of their issues, especially because of press the attack. That ability solves so many problems, because you just, if your opponents have disables as well, you just don't care as much. Like, well, they have a great stun, but that's okay. If I use press the attack well, I counter Bane entirely. It's so valuable. It could make Liquid, at least on mind control, he could still be useful even if he doesn't have that much farm. He really just needs like Blink Dagger, Blade Mail, and he's set.
All right, Hook coming in. Kuroki gonna be missing. What are you guys laughing about? It sounded like he was rolling dice over there. I couldn't tell what it was. All right, Slacks is eating Skittles, and he's very happy about it. Thought you guys should
He
know.
actually did say eating Skittles. I was like, did he say eating Skittles? I couldn't really hear it clearly. And now I'm blown
I mean,
away that that's what he is.
He's not so
excited
much
about.
eating them as like throwing them on the table, and it just sounds
Okay.
like. You know, there's a fight about to break out. Come with me, going into the trees. Might find Kuroki here. You've got the Razor going in. Reveals 2 of the Plasma Field. There is going to be the Crystal Maiden dropping the Freezing Field as well. Kuroki trying to get the hook, not able to do so. Now Bane, he's deep. He goes in, channels with the Alpha. Lincoln Sphere is going to be shown off there. Weaver caught out by the Ravage. Is able to get off the time lapse, but still locked down. There's going to be a grave to save him. Meanwhile, in the back lines, there is a duel from the Legion Commander. Can they keep the Weaver up? Miracle does end up going down, but Weaver is going to be able to get the kill onto the Meepo. So that's going to be a very bloody engage. 2 for 3 overall. Razor
low
and
they are.
Tidehunter barely escaping with their lives.
30 HP on Razor, 40, 50 on Tidehunter. A really close fight. Both teams got pretty much maximum value out of all of their skills there. I didn't see how good the grip was, but I mean, the Grave bought Weaver a ton of time. The Time Lapse bought Weaver a lot of time. But there's the danger. If they just keep chain netting, Weaver will die. They will have vision. He won't go invis. He can't abuse his movement speed ability. Ooh, close hook. That could have easily been a kill there for Liquid. Instead, the other way around, perhaps. He will have Grave, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dazzle kill, if anything, here. He's going to try the luck at the Grave, but will not get it off in time, so that's going to be Crystal Maiden snapping that one up for herself, and she's already got herself an urn with 3 charges. What's up next? Does she go Blink? Does she try to go Force, Glimmer?
Blink, Glimmer, Force, any of those are really good. Just kind of depends on his farm level. I don't think he can afford... I think Glimmer's the way, maybe.
Oh, here we go.
What a
Kuroki just
fight.
walking in. There's a duel here, and there's not much they can do. That Bane is just finished off. It's only a support kill, but that duel damage is really starting to stack up now. Nice net here will help Razor get some damage. Moving
Zeus in
forward
trouble.
here. Doesn't have his ulti, but nice little plasma field will help secure the kill onto that Zeus. Meanwhile, Weaver from the river just trying to get something done, throwing out bugs up onto the high ground. They're going to miss, and mind control. Ready with the blink, doesn't have the duel, so it's just going to be the end of the engage here. So overall, they keep trading a support for a core, and Liquid keep coming out.
Yeah.
Not so hot.
They need a Force Staff so bad on Liquid's side. Every single time that Meepo nets one guy, especially a core, they die. They're definitely dead. They can't get out of it. Like, press the attack doesn't stop up to 5 nets throwing out. He's just going to reapply it repeatedly. If they get a Force Staff, everything changes. All this disable that KP is entertaining is just countered. Because once you Force Staff somebody away, it can break the chain, it could lead to micro issues, and minimum, they're in a safer position, allows them to get a Grave off. But they need to finish the Force. It's so important, and I think it has to be... honestly, even Zeus finishing a Force Staff could be huge, but he's nowhere near close. He's died 4 times now, just finished his Aether Lens, but Aether Lens isn't giving him the safety he needs. Maybe Pudge makes it, but he's got a Cloak. Dazzle's not a very farm-intensive hero. I don't really see him getting it either. This lack of Force is ruining Liquid's chances to win small skirmishes like this for reasons that we just saw. Chain net wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Legion is doing pretty well. Died twice, but 30 dual damage now, and ready to start moving into that second big item. What is Legion going for? Is that going to be like BKB or Shadow Blade?
BKB is not a bad idea this game. I kind of like it. Usually you'll grab a Blade Mail, but because it's a Meepo, it's a little harder because really his damage is spread over 5 heroes instead of just 1. Blade is still probably really good against heroes like Razor, actually. Especially if Razor takes a lot of damage from somebody else.
Oh, here we go.
fantastic.
Tidehunter ready to unleash the tentacles, just chasing down Kuroki, bringing in a Bane for the help. Now they're going to be channeling up that ulti, and Razor comes in to try to collect the bounty, but the heal isn't going to be enough. The final Ravage just goes in and finishes him off, but once again, a very, very expensive Pudge kill. Meanwhile, in the
Trying to
back
grip.
lines, Meepo just cleaning
Nice.
up, takes out the Zeus. They're looking to finish off the Legion Commander up here behind the tier 2. Bone 7, he's waiting around, but do they have the damage? They need someone like their Razor in. They need their Meepo, and I don't think they can cut through Mind Control's regen. Up the mid lane, we've got a Weaver skittering about, but the lack of vision is going to cost them this kill. They go ahead and break the Lincolns, but that's about it. In
wants this
fact,
kill?
Come With Me is actually in a whole lot of trouble, takes the bugs, goes in. Nice little brain zap, tries to TP out, and should be successful in doing so. Legion coming back in, though. Low health, not going to duel, but that's a quirky little fight.
Yeah, Liquid's still having trouble here. They're gonna maybe try to catch a Meepo, but just no way they can get that kill. Matoma Man had a great solo kill on the Crystal Maiden. Actually, see him dived him under tower, and Matoma just fought him. Definitely showing the signs of a carry player, always knowing the limits of their hero. Very often don't see Dazzles that confident about how strong their heroes are, but got the kill, died afterwards. The rest of the fight, though, still again, Meepo rolling the fight. A force staff would have changed everything. If Zeus just went force first this game, honestly, Liquid could be way ahead right now. I think this Aether lens really messed them up, and now they're just dying repeatedly. Could have changed the whole game. You just got, like, it's very hard in elimination mode for that reason, or in other game modes where you're picking weird heroes. You have to anticipate those kinds of weaknesses. It's very difficult to understand it until after the game, though, or during the game, that is.
All right,
Miracle
Weaver
may be
mid
caught.
lane could be in some trouble. They've got the Crystal Maiden freezing field, but not a whole lot of ways to ensure that Miracle doesn't just time lapse and book it out of there. Now he's actually going on the offensive. They might be able to get a catch here. Crystal Maiden, she's just going to be super dead. They do go for a trade. Meepo able to get the kill onto the Dazzle. Now there's going to be duels every which way. They're underneath the tower here. Tidehunter, who doesn't have Ravage. He already spent it to get down the punch earlier. Now there's going to be Meepo just pooping around. Miracle just not at the time lapse. Female Kuroki going to be taking the brunt of the aggression here. 3 heroes down. Kaipi coming out very victorious in that fight. Why did Liquid fight so deep under tower?
I mean, they were all there, but the problem was that all they got was to see him with the kill, and then the big problem was that Dazzle just got blown up by Meepo. It's great vision there.
Crystal Maiden? Yeah,
Okay,
she
that was
did.
a dieback, by the way. So she did buy back, lost about 500 gold and died again, but I mean, just killing 3 cores again, or 2 supports in a core.
Oh, Zeus,
So
he knows
big.
exactly what's going on here, but do they have the fortitude to get into the pit? They've only got a
Oh, he got
Weaver
netted.
in terms of raw damage. He gets netted again, tries to TP out. Now Miracle's going to be going in, slept up by the Bane. Razor taking a ton of damage off of the Zeus, and there's the Ravage coming back out. Weaver, no chance to time lapse. It just came off cooldown as he was killed. Unfortunate for them, but that's going to mean Kaipi go in. They get a Roche fight, they get an Aegis, and they get a couple kills to boot.
Yeah, they really do. They're fighting so well. Meepo, or 3-3's been playing amazing. Consistently using his skills well. He's got Blink Dagger, Double Dragon Lance, just super stat efficient item, even though it doesn't increase his range. It's everything a Meepo needs. Now what does he need? Who knows, more agility. He could buy a Scotty, perhaps, for just overall even more HP and stats. Very good against Zeus, for example. If he just keeps making his Meepo survivable, even something like a duel isn't going to matter. So Liquid's definitely encountering major damage problems now.
All right, over here on top rune, we got Bane just chilling out, trying to deal with Matumba Men, but he's just, again, crawling about. We got Pudge thinking about a hook, goes in, it's gonna just fly right
good.
on through.
Good for him it did not land. He definitely would have died with that one.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, you kind of bring the danger way closer to yourself, and it's not great.
It's also a BKB finished on Razor now. Did finish Yasha. Ended up not going for the Force Staff after all. But he's doing great. 4-0 and 7. Still farming very well. Second of net worth. It's not looking good for Liquid, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, who are you really depending on here, Liquid? Their Legion's farming up nicely, but they don't have a whole lot of ways to really set up duels. It's kind of one of those, the fight will just kind of start if Pudge gets a hook in, and then Mind Control comes in and tries to clean up, but, you know, Weaver's not really the initiator. Legion,
Yeah, it's
she
gotta
can't
be-
really go duel because Kaipi is just going to super punish her.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gotta be Pudge. I mean, at least you could grave Mind Control as you duel somebody, but even if you do kill Meepo at the start of the fight, he can buy back in BOT. So it's a little scary here. This could be a great fight if they can jump on the Razor. There will be TP reactions. If you can land the hook, this would be fantastic. They don't have vision though. Zeus could bolt for it.
Right underneath Pudge's nose. Now Tidehunter moving forward. Tidehunter, you
Oh,
are
no, they split
way
up.
out of there. Bone 7 thinking about a Ravage, but he's still got 20 seconds, and that's going to be an unsuccessful duel from the Legion. Now Razor trying to turn this around, gets a fair amount of damage. Can they actually root him in place? They get the net. That's an unstoppable streak from the Meepo, so failed duel and a Legion kill. Kaipi just getting everything they want. There'll be a TP out from the Dazzle. He's not going to die this time, but they're going to lose their structures.
Yeah, that was just a case of 2 heroes showing up at the same time. If it was just the Razor, that would have been pretty straightforward. They duel the Razor, they hook him over, do bonus damage from the side. They would have killed him, but yeah, Meepo shows up again, gets another canceled TP, and just Liquid doesn't have the damage on. They're losing the fight still.
Alright, so 24 minutes in, it looks like this Meepo strat really starting to pay off. They're dealing with all the damage Liquid have to offer. You
They
talked...
can maybe kill Bun 7.
No.
Yeah, they got him.
He's
Oh,
good.
come on.
He's fine. Look at that. He's totally cool. He's got 9 charges on his wand if he needs it. There he goes.
He had 25 HP like 2 times there. Just anything else, he would have died.
Hey!
Okay, never mind. They got him.
Got him.
I was wondering when that would come off cooldown. Blink Dagger now for Zeus. A little dangerous, but definitely a better initiation item than a Force Staff. Somebody building a Force, oh please God. Somebody build a Force. Please, somebody.
It's not
Nobody.
really looking
So-
like it. Even Pudge opted to go in for that hood instead of trying to get
Hood?
that mobility.
I don't know if I like. I mean, if he makes a pipe, it's potentially useful because then he could barrier his whole team. It would stop a lot of the poof damage. Especially for offensive poofs, they don't do as much damage as the melee ones. Like if you blink in with one hero and then your other 4 meepos poof in, you're only taking like 600 magic damage or something. Less than that maybe.
No, towards the rune. We are going to have a nice successful net. Oh, all the Meepos are coming in. Kuroki is trying to dismember, but he's the one that gets chopped up there. 3-3, just having the time of his life on this little Meepo here, and now he's just clapping around, going back in towards the top lane, keeping the pressure up. Looks like all of Liquid are gearing up to deal with the tier 3 push.
I mean, like, Crow's playing relatively fine, but I just feel like he's not a meepo player, or a Pudge player. It seems pretty clear by the, he's missed a lot of hooks. I mean, they've been difficult hooks by all means, but I feel like his itemization is not ideal. Like, just get a Force Staff. Oh, they might be able to kill Meepo here with Deso.
Yeah, nice little
is pretty
swarm
good.
there, really keeping 3-3 occupied. He's going to TP one Meep back to base, and he's got that, you know, escape if he absolutely needs to, just poofing away.
They're pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice blink duel opportunity. If Mind Control can get close enough, they've got the negative earn. 3-3, just trying to deal
There's an
with what's
Aegis, though.
going on. There's no Aegis, so that's just a pile of dead miners.
We'll respawn on base, so he's completely fine there. Well, that was okay, but that's still a Rax going down. And they're showing some signs of life, though. They have some good damage sources. Problem is that the Tidehunter basically has a hood right now, and once he finishes that, all of this advantage that they have towards killing him is gone. Maybe an item he should have had before, but like they're still lost to Rax. They need to start getting some crazy kills. Like Meepo kills are super important, and this is why they're smoking out.
They're smoking, and they might be able to find something. 3-3 again, burned off that Aegis in the last fight. He's still sitting pretty, though. He's got some serious farm for himself. His net worth is pretty solid. Now Kuroki just going to bump into him. They go in, and they're bringing in the Zeus. They're dumping out the damage. There we go. This duel might just be enough. They got the Dismember and the Rot on top of it, and it took virtually the entire duration to get the kill, but it's still gotten. That's going to be over 1,000 gold going directly to the Pudge. What does he do with that?
Please, God, get a Force Staff. Alright, Zeus has one now.
Zeus
It's
got the
that or-
4-step. It's okay.
I mean, Blink Dagger, Aether Lens is really good on Pudge, but I personally really prefer things like Blink first, but in this game against a Meepo, Force Staff is pretty solid. I think I would go Force and then Pipe if I was Pudge. I don't think Glimmer is really the solution when Meepo can keep vision on you. At least they get a tower finally, that's kind of a nice grab. And Legion's almost got Blade Mill, he actually does have Blade Mill, so... Not terrible. They should be able to kill the actual Meepo himself very easily now, because Meepo actually does a stupid amount of damage on every single one of his heroes.
Now, Liquid are actually getting the opportunity to go into the structures. They've got that Desolator on the Weaver, and it's really laying in here.
Yeah.
This tier 2 is melting down, and it doesn't seem like Kaipi are too concerned. Is this something they should be TPing back to deal with, or are they content just keeping this split push up?
You know, they've got a Rax advantage. I think losing to tier 2 is unfortunate, but not a terrible thing. Depending on how well they high ground siege, this is a little scary, that's for sure. It's good sleep. Shouldn't lead to a death unless they go in for it.
Alright, there's going to be some decent damage coming out of the Razor. He's showing off the BKB charge, gets blocked by the creeps. Can they finish off the Zeus? They do. One more smack of Razor's whip will get the job done, so... Liquid, they're going to go back, minus their mid player. It's not the most catastrophic fight it could have been, but they've got creeps pushing into their tier 4s, and that's going to occupy Mind Control's full time. He can't go in, he can't look for duels, he can't farm jungle. Kuroki goes in, lands a hook onto the Crystal Maiden. This could be a nice little catch-up, but Razor's coming in, trying to avenge her. Crystal Maiden popping that stick. She's doing good. There's going to be the Ravage to turn things around.
What a
Vayne
nightmare.
with the defensive sleep. She's going to be negative earned, will still go down, but they're turning it into ultra value here. The Grave is going to end, and they get the Dazzle as well. Oh boy, that is Kaipi just going in and asserting their dominance mid lane. They catch out Miracle. They are going to be able to pop that Lincoln's underneath the sentry ward. Can they keep him locked down though? Meepo, he's got the net. There's going to be the Hex as well. Razor coming in. Oh, you can't time lapse out of this one. Oh, you can try. But it will not be successful in saving his life.
What a huge catch there by Bane. It was looking bad with them losing 3 heroes, but 4? That's massive. He's going to have to buy back now. There's no way he can't. If they lose 2 racks, the game's over. There's no way they come back from that. Just guarantees that Weaver doesn't get his next item afterwards. And he was just hitting a good stride, too. And this all came down to that original grip on Weaver. The Zeus overextended himself to break the Fiend's grip. He forced the low ground, but as has been the case all game, the disables on Kaipi are too strong. I actually can't believe they're not pushing here. This is really surprising me. They still have Ravage, too. I don't understand why they're backing. I guess it's kind of difficult to go high ground against Zeus. Perhaps that's it, but...
Roshan respawns right now. But go ahead, take a look at the overall XP chart. 20,000 in favor of Kaipi, and that's making a huge difference. Just look at the level chart. You got all your supports ticking over to level 11, and then just Meepo's cruising. He's just...
That's the hero.
Yeah, I mean, Razor's right up there. How do you deal with this? If you're Liquid, do you have to focus on Meepo? Do you focus on smoke gank picks elsewhere? Because it seems like as soon as you leave your base unattended, it's just pushed.
I mean, that is one of the benefits against Meepo, right? He's got 5 heroes, you just gotta find one of them. So it can be easy in some ways to gank him, and they definitely have the gank tools. Interesting, Diffusal Blade. 25 agi to all of his heroes, not to mention the slow. I wonder if there's anything else that's gonna be worthwhile to remove with this. Poison touches, I guess? I don't know. Kind of a weird choice.
It's a weird choice. It's a decent Lincoln's breaker if you really need it. But
yeah, I think you're right, actually. That's absolutely it. Because this way he can actually do Blink Hex. He'll just have to use a Diffusal Charge by Lincolns. You're definitely right there. Now we can solo kill the Weaver.
I got something right, dude. This is the best moment of my day. Cue the entire panel laughing at me.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
they did smoke under a ward, or at least pretty close to a ward. Liquid should anticipate this, so we'll see if they can position this in a good way to get teamfight advantage. They're prepped in the Roche area. Miracle's positioning is fantastic too. He's going to break the smoke.
Oh, Miracle, he's crawling around, so people know what's going on, but they might still be able to fight. Again, Bone 7 with the Blink Ravage. He's got the pipe as well, so they're not really scared of what Liquid's putting out. As long as you can keep Razor safe from the initial burst, he's going to steal a hell of a lot of damage with that static link.
They also have a perfect ward spotting where Liquid's team is, so it won't be Kaipi making any mistakes.
Meanwhile, the tier 4 is going to be going down. Creeps, MVP.
Yeah, that happens eventually. And Zeus had to use ulti because they had no idea where Kaipi was at the moment. They did still have a scan though. I feel like maybe you scan first, then use this ult.
Oh, it's still a tense moment here. Liquid not giving up the fight, just keeping themselves defensively positioned. Now Miracle, he's going to be the first one to walk into unfriendly territory. Pudge, maybe looking for a hook here. Plasma Field going down, and an Obsword popped in from the Dire, trying to get some vision, but nice little Ravage there. Matumbaman, he's thinking about going in, trying to grave himself. He's actually safe with that Glimmer Cape. They're going to take their eyes onto bigger prizes, going for the Zeus, and there's nothing he can do about it. Now TP in the Meepo, going to be trying to get to the top lane, cancels it. He wants more blood. That could have been a nice little TP up from a collection of Meepos to go and get the final tier 4, but instead, they're just going to go settle for Roche, settle for a natural push.
Yeah, Meepo's completely fine with that. Just, again, same problems. Landed a Sable on a core, he's dead. Didn't even get time lapse off on the Weaver. Technically, they should have been able to get to a position where Legion Commander was able to interrupt things like Fiend's Grip, but like stopping the nets is just simply never going to work. They really needed that to hit that 4-staff timing to get their team ahead, but instead, the Zeus built the Aether Lens. Pudge did kind of okay early, opting for a hook or a pipe this game actually, but I don't think that's the solution. They just needed to snowball and win some fights against the Meepo, and it just didn't happen. And now, the game's pretty out of control. They got 8 seconds though.
They're going in for what could be a final defense. Ravage on cooldown. It's a nice time to strike. They hook the Razor in, but that's just bringing the problem closer to you. Now 3-3 is going to be moving forward, gets the net off, and Shallow Grave can only last so long. Looks like Matumbaman will be hitting the deck, and now Razor just continuing to pressure forward. BKB still rolling. Man, this Pudge is melting down. He does not have enough flesh heaps to deal with this. And it looks like it's Liquid going in. There was a dual attempt. There was not a dual victory for Liquid, so now GH God going to be force himself back up into the base. Meepo just tossing out nets as he pleases, and it's looking good for Kaipi right now. Net worth now about 20,000 in their favor. 3-3 going to be able to TP out successfully.
No.
The Meepo's got so low. but they're not feeling the pressure. Now, Tidehunter, still no Ravage. He's just acting like a damaged sponge in this fight. Legion Commander walking away.
Miracle's
Can
getting
Bane
kills.
solo this Legion right now? He doesn't have that Brain Sap, so no big burst damage, but it's still looking good. The racks continue to fall. They've got mid completely, and they're just focusing on going for the throne now. This final tier 4 will fall. Ancient exposed, and you've got Weaver crawling around, but there's really nothing he can do. Mind Control coming back in, full health, full mana, but that's all gone.
Come With Me is getting pretty low. The Weave is doing some good damage. But that's about all that's going to accomplish from this.
Kaipi, they're going in. They're smacking on the throne. Looks like we're going to a game number 3 in this first series of the day in elimination mode. Final victory Ravage comes out from the Tidehunter, but man, that was exciting. Meepo, once again, saving the day.
Really showing the strength of the hero. Like, amazing plays by Kaipi from the laning stage to the end of the game. They clearly played their heroes better. I feel like Liquid was showing some weakness in terms of their hero pool. And at least in the fact that maybe Zeus didn't identify the problems well enough. If he spams that hero on pubs, I'm sure that he would have been more expected about having to worry about chain nets. And maybe Kuro as well. I felt like his Pudge was like 4 patches behind in terms of item builds. His play was pretty fine, and his hooks were always very close, but he did miss a lot of crucial ones as well. So Kaipi deserving the victory, and let's just see what kind of shit lineup these teams are going to come up with for Game 3.
Yeah, again, Game 3 gets rougher because you got more heroes taken out of the pool, and those things don't refresh till we move on to the next series. So again, we're down to like 60-something heroes, I think. Not even, maybe 50-something.
It could be really wacky, and this game was already pretty cool, so can't wait to see what happens.
All right, so stay tuned, guys. Game number 3 of Liquid versus Kaipi coming up. I'm Android, that's Purge. Sit tight. We got ads coming your way. Are you excited? I am.